Hi everyone, I'm Astro Coach Amy. Thanks so much for joining me today on the Divine GPS Navigator. Today we'll be talking about the new moon, which occurs on September 9th at 11:01 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. This month we have, of course, the Sun, Moon, and Mercury in the fire sign of Leo. And this proves to be a rather fiery and interesting new moon. At this time in the heavens, we have 6 planets in fire signs, 3 in air, and 1 in earth. So it's a very dynamic, high energy for a new moon that we think of as a little quieter time of the month. Now, I encourage all of you, because it is the time of new beginnings. So let's plant those seeds of intention. And by all means, take that quiet time in the morning or in the evening. And let's give the technology a rest for a few minutes, because there may be some valuable insights, aha moments, even some guidance that may help direct you for the next month ahead that you just might never have thought of if you're too busy on the airwaves, so to speak. Now, we have a number of interesting aspects this month as well, and we're also going to take a look at the sign of Leo, since that is obviously the sign in the heavens right now, this time of year. So we'll begin with the aspects. The first one, since we do have the Sun and Moon and Mercury all in that fire sign of Leo, Neptune is directly opposed, or in what we call an opposition, in the air sign of Aquarius. So that one of the lessons here is how we can balance that urge to have fun and feel loved and really appreciated, and also some wonderful creativity. How can we balance that with that Aquarian energy of staying connected, really seeing your friends, being able to continue being innovative, and also look at ways you can make a contribution, even in a small way, to be useful to someone else. The second aspect, which is kind of part of it has been happening. We now have a T-square instead of a square. So again, a T-square is asking us to integrate 3 different energies. And that is Uranus in the fire sign of Aries, Mars is in the earth sign of Capricorn, and we have Venus in the air sign of Libra joining the mix now. So again, we've been discussing this, the idea of how can we continue to raise our level of awareness, and the idea of that old paradigm of, domination and control through success and money and drive. We're looking at how can we temper that and still bring the idea of success, but now with Venus in the mix as well. Again, the idea is how can we do things for the higher good? How can we be more efficient and be kind and respectful? And what's even more exciting is make it a win-win. Maybe we have even a bigger outcome in mind. But as more people succeed, of course, everyone benefits on the planet. Now, the next aspect is what we call a grand trine. So it's 3 planets in the same element. In this case, it's fire, so it's a fire trine. Again, we have Uranus in Aries. We have Mercury in the fire sign of Leo, and Saturn is in Sagittarius. So again, the gifts of this trine are really about really dynamic harmony, creativity, inspiration, and really, again, how to awaken our consciousness as well as communicate from a space of really love and kindness, compassion, as well as releasing some of those limiting beliefs. Some of those are kind of subtle, so let's work on that. And the final aspect that's also important this month, we have Jupiter in the air sign of Libra, and it's making a trine to Neptune in Aquarius. So for all of you that have some creative projects, this is a great time to do them. By all means, if you have an opportunity to collaborate, do some things in partnership or teams, especially those of you that might be involved with film. This is a fantastic time to be launching those projects that have to do with making a contribution here to the global community. So let's take a look at Leo. What our friends that are not only born in the sun sign of Leo, but may have some Leo in their birth chart. These are people that with a great heart, they're bright and often can be funny and can be very charming. They care about others, and they also want to support those who might be in need. And with Leos, one of the challenges that's important to look at is to be able to keep your ego in check and realize you're doing things for the right reason. There can often be a strong urge for approval and acceptance. So again, looking at those things as well. Now, when it comes to romance, Leo probably is at the top of the list for the romantic. Can again be charming and very passionate and loving and kind. But what's important too is sometimes when a Leo is in a romantic relationship, they are number one all the time. So what's so important to realize is there are two in the equation, that also friendship is equally important, as well as certainly the passion and that connection. But the friendship and the trust are what are really going to keep those sparks alive. Now, when it comes to the world of career, I think a lot of us have heard of Leos in a certain way. Often because they are dynamic, they tend to be very good leaders, and whether it might be in business or even in government. However, I know many of us have heard of Leos in the limelight, so let's look at that. Certainly in the world even of design and art, but also, of course, performing artists, whether they're vocalists, whether they're people in film or theater. Often there are many stars who are born under the sun sign of Leo. So let's take a look at some of those famous people. We have Warren Buffett, who is a renowned businessman and philanthropist. Also, there's Robert Redford, who's not only an actor, but a wonderful producer, as well as a renowned businessman. In addition, we have Richard Gere, who again is a famous actor, but also a very famous human rights activist. We have the famous vocalist Gloria Estefan. And in addition, we have two very famous women, both Cameron Diaz and Lily Tomlin, who are not only actresses, but have been producers and writers. So that's quite an interesting sampling of famous Leos. Now, I think things are opening up, and I think now that Mars and Mercury are direct, I'm hoping that your communications, your projects, that things are moving more smoothly in your life. I do want to encourage everyone, please maintain that heart of gratitude. Find those things each day, even if there are 2 or 3 things that you can just hold gratitude, have a smile, and by all means, celebrate your progress. I know for myself, even those small steps forward do give me a better sense of my progress each day. As we know, things are still tumultuous, although there are many things that are opening up that are extremely positive right now. I do encourage everyone, by all means, maintain that divine source within. It is your greatest gift, and I think it's going to help all of us raise the energy here on planet Earth. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Astro Coach Amy. This is Divine GPS Navigator. Feel free to contact me if you'd like a reading or more information.